On January 20, 2025, something unusual happened during the second inauguration of Donald Trump. It was not about his speech, the crowd, or any political issue. Instead, what shocked many people was the fact that Trump did not use a Bible during his swearing-in ceremony. This decision led to debates and discussions across social media and news platforms. Many people wondered if this was a mistake, a political message, or a new tradition in the making. For most Americans, placing a hand on a Bible while taking the presidential oath is an important tradition. Since the time of George Washington, almost every president has followed this practice. It represents not only a legal commitment but also a moral and spiritual one. However, in 2025, when Trump took the oath without a Bible, it raised serious questions. People asked whether this had any political or religious meaning. Others debated whether it affected the legitimacy of his presidency. As Chief Justice John Roberts prepared to administer the oath, many noticed something missing. The Bible that was usually present was not on the podium. Without hesitation, Trump simply raised his right hand while keeping his left hand at his side. This moment quickly became a subject of controversy. Some saw it as a break from tradition, while others pointed out that the U.S. Constitution does not require the use of a Bible. According to Article 6, Clause 3 of the U.S. Constitution, no religious text is required for a person to hold public office. This means that Trump's decision to take the oath without a Bible was completely legal. In fact, he was not the first president to do so. John Quincy Adams took his oath using a law book instead of a Bible. Theodore Roosevelt also did not use a Bible when he was sworn in after the assassination of William McKinley in 1901. While rare, these examples show that the absence of a Bible does not make the oath invalid. Despite this, the event had a strong impact on many Americans. For some, the Bible is more than a book. It is a symbol of faith, tradition, and national values. The fact that Trump did not use one led to many different interpretations. Some believed that he was making a statement about the separation of church and state. Others thought it was simply a mistake or a logistical issue. This event also sparked religious discussions. Some Christians pointed to a verse from Matthew 5:33-37 which says, "Do not swear at all. Let your yes be yes and your no, no." This suggests that people should not need to swear on religious objects to prove their honesty. Others, however, referenced Hebrews 6:13-18, where God makes a vow to confirm his promise to Abraham. This shows that taking oaths can be acceptable in certain situations. These different perspectives highlight how religious beliefs can shape opinions on public ceremonies. The tradition of using a Bible for the presidential oath started with George Washington in 1789. He used a Bible from the Masonic Lodge of St. John. Since then, most presidents have followed his example, each adding their own personal touch. Franklin Pierce, in 1853, chose not to kiss the Bible after taking the oath. Lyndon B. Johnson used a Catholic prayer book on Air Force One after John F. Kennedy's assassination. These examples show that while the Bible is commonly used, changes in tradition have occurred over time. Trump's decision, whether intentional or not, is now part of this long history. It makes us think about how presidential traditions evolve. It also raises questions about how religious symbols are used in a country that values both faith and the separation of church and state. Many people believe that using a Bible during the oath is a way to show moral integrity. Others argue that it can be used as a political tool rather than a sincere act of faith. One important question is whether placing a hand on a Bible truly means a leader is committed to its values. Some people argue that using a Bible is just a formality and does not necessarily reflect a person's true character. What matters more is whether a leader keeps their promises and acts with honesty. In this way, the 2025 event makes us think about the deeper meaning behind these traditions. For Christians, faith is not just about symbols but about how one lives their life. Many believe that Trump's oath without a Bible is a reminder that true faith is about actions, not gestures. The Bible itself teaches that God values sincerity over external displays of religion. Psalm 51:17 says, "The sacrifices you desire are a broken spirit, a broken and contrite heart, O God, you will not despise. This means that what truly matters is a person's honesty and integrity, not the objects they use in ceremonies. Despite the controversy, Trump's oath was completely valid under the Constitution. The debate about the Bible's absence reflects deeper discussions about religion and politics in the U.S. Over time, different presidents have adapted the tradition in their own way. Herbert Hoover, a Quaker, chose to affirm rather than swear during his oath. Barack Obama used 2 Bibles in his second inauguration, one that belonged to Abraham Lincoln and another that belonged to Martin Luther King Jr. These examples show that while the Bible is often used, its presence is not always required. This moment in history invites us to reflect on the deeper meaning of oaths and traditions. While some see them as essential, others question their true value. In the end, what matters most is not the object used in the ceremony, but the honesty and integrity of the leader taking the oath. Perhaps this is the most important lesson of all.